Gotham City had seen every kind of monster: killers, freaks, tyrants, criminals hiding behind costumes or masks. But this was different. For 3 weeks, children had disappeared without a trace, one after another. No ransom notes, no patterns, no suspects. The only common sign left at each abduction was a single red balloon, tied to railings, lampposts, or the windows of the children's bedrooms. Witnesses, the few who could speak through their trembling, mentioned a clown with glowing amber eyes. Some said he grinned with too many teeth. Others said he didn't walk but drifted, like a puppet with its strings cut. To the police, these clues made no sense. To Batman, they meant everything. He had seen this signature before, in Derry, the cursed town that was wiped from most maps as if it had been forgotten by the world itself. And Batman knew immediately. Pennywise was in Gotham. The first lead brought Batman to the abandoned Gotham water tunnels, a maze of dripping darkness beneath the city. As he moved deeper, his footsteps echoed oddly, repeating back not as echoes, but as giggles that weren't his own. A whisper scraped against the moist brick walls. "Batman." Batman's fist tightened. "Show yourself." The darkness split open ahead, a crack of white face paint, and a mouth carved into a smile too wide for any human skull. Pennywise leaned out of the shadows, like a spider uncoiling. The red balloon floated by his shoulder. "Why so serious?" The clown winked. "Oh, wrong Bat. My mistake." Batman didn't flinch, but his pulse accelerated, not from fear, but from rage. "Release the children." Pennywise giggled, swirling around him like a hallucination. The walls bent, the floor liquefied, the ceiling dropped lower, suffocatingly low. Fear, real fear, the one thing Batman had conquered, but here, it returned like an old infection. Pennywise fed on it. "Oh, Batsy, I've tasted fear from thousands of little minds. But yours? Ooh, it's rich, it's deep, decades aged." He leaned in close, eyes glowing like fire. "I see him. I see Thomas Wayne falling. Falling." Bruce's breath hitched for a second. Pennywise grinned. He had found the wound. The tunnels dissolved into the alley where Bruce's parents died. Rain poured. Gunshots rang. The red balloon floated downward, tied around his father's wrist like a mocking gift. Pennywise appeared behind young Bruce, whispering into his ear. "Why did you fall, Bruce?" A shadow approached, the murderer. The scene replayed exactly as Bruce remembered it, until the killer lifted his head. It wasn't a man. It was Pennywise wearing the murderer's face, and his mouth split open to reveal rows of monstrous fangs. Batman dropped to one knee, overwhelmed. The illusion was too strong, too precise, too cruel. Pennywise towered above him, his monstrous form expanding, limbs bending unnaturally. "Join the children, Bruce, be afraid with them." Batman's heartbeat thundered. This was the moment Pennywise expected him to break. But through the pounding fear, Bruce heard another voice, deeper, steady, familiar. His father's voice. "Why do we fall, Bruce?" Batman closed his eyes, to learn to stand back up. His eyes snapped open as the hallucination shattered like glass. Pennywise snarled as the nightmare dissolved around him. Batman launched forward, slamming into Pennywise with explosive force. His gauntlets sparked with anti-paranormal charge, tech he had built after learning what lived beneath Derry decades ago. Pennywise screamed, not in pain, but in fury, and lunged with limbs twisted like blades. They fought through the tunnels, smashing into stone pillars, water rushing around them like a drowning river. Pennywise's form shifted every second. A giant spider, a malformed clown, a snake with Bruce's mother's voice. Batman refused to back down. Every strike he landed pushed back not Pennywise's body, but the illusion of the fear he created, until finally, Batman pinned him beneath collapsing metal beam. Pennywise hissed like steam, melting into a black puddle before reforming. "You can't kill me here, Batman. I am fear. I am ancient. I am forever." Batman's voice stayed calm and cold. "I know." He threw a device, a small sphere, into the puddle. It activated. A hole in reality cracked open beneath them. A portal, a gateway, to Derry, to the place that birthed Pennywise. The portal sucked them both into a storm of red lights and screaming echoes. When they crashed onto solid ground again, Batman looked up at a place that shouldn't exist anymore. Derry, but not the ruined town. A nightmarish version, floating structures, twisted buildings, rivers of red balloons. The sky was an endless, shifting void. Pennywise floated above him, gnawing on the air like an animal tasting its meal. Home sweet home. Derry was alive, and it was Pennywise, but Batman had come prepared. He unfolded a compact device, a nuclear-level electromagnetic destabilizer, strong enough to destroy an entire region of psychic energy. Pennywise lunged, but Batman dodged, firing grapnels, explosives, sonic disruptors, everything designed to injure a creature of illusion. The clown shrieked as its body began to distort, collapsing inward. "You can't destroy me. You'll fall, Bruce." Again and again, Batman slammed the device to the ground. "I fall, so I can rise." The device activated. Light erupted, pure, blinding, cleansing. Derry cracked. Buildings disintegrated. Balloon rivers exploded into dust. Pennywise's screams echoed across dimensions. Batman watched as Pennywise dissolved, first his body, then his voice, then the last glare of his hateful eyes. When the light faded, the nightmare was gone. Only silence remained, and in the silence, the missing children began to appear, unconscious but alive, materializing gently on the ground. Batman walked among them, relief softening the steel in his eyes. Behind him, the last remnants of Derry, Pennywise's nest, collapsed into nothingness. He whispered softly, to no one and everyone, no more falling. He carried the first child in his arms toward the portal. When Batman emerged back into Gotham, dawn was breaking. Commissioner Gordon, shaken but hopeful, approached him as dozens of children were reunited with their families. "You did it," Gordon said. Batman looked toward the skyline, faintly lit by the rising sun. "Fear doesn't win," he answered softly. "Not today." And somewhere far below, the last deflated red balloon, drifting near the sewer grate, crumbled into dust, truly dead for the first time in centuries. Gotham breathed again. Batman stood alone for a moment, hearing once more the echo of his father's voice. "Why do we fall, Bruce?" He closed his eyes, to rise, and he walked back into the shadows, not falling, but stronger than ever.